Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. Thursday, November 9th, 2023. Welcome to the show. Welcome, everyone. One and all, welcome. Yes, this is my pre-market report. All right, people, let's talk about what's going on here. Let's start off with this. So, last night, the United States carried out another airstrike in Syria. According to our lovely, illustrious defense secretary, also illustrious, of course, just like Bidenstein. This is what he had to say. This precision self-defense strike is in response to attacks on U.S. personnel in Iraq and Syria. Well, that's all well and good. All right, but the effect was immediate. What am I talking about here? You had cash make its way into the perceived safety of debt. The 10-year yield dropped below 4.5%. It has come up since that time. This wasn't big enough. And, just exactly as we would have expected. This is what they're doing. You have to understand the mechanism here. So whenever there is some kind of an event like that, and this was tiny, honestly, it's going to drive cash into the debt market, which is exactly what the Federal Reserve wants to do. All wars are banker wars. If you think this is any different, well, then you don't have any clue as to what is going on here. The Federal Reserve is, and I said this yesterday, desperate right now to keep rates suppressed, and it wants the market to do it, as well as what we already know is going on. Who's buying all the debt? Who's buying all the debt? Who's the one entity who wants to buy all the debt to be the lender and buyer of last resort? Well, it's central banks. In this case, it's the Federal Reserve. But if the Federal Reserve can, by expanding war, and of course financing it, because that's where the finance comes from, it's a win-win for the central banks. Drive cash into the debt market. This keeps rates suppressed. This allows cash to make its way into the stock market. The phenomenon here has been incredible. I mean, the best week and a half so far for the S&P 500 all freaking year. It's astonishing, but not really. You and I know the game. We know how it's being played. We know what to expect, and we know what they're going to do. This is not over. War, expanding wars, death, pain, suffering. The more this goes on, and it's going to go on and on and on and on, the more of an excuse central banks are going to have to prop up the system, add liquidity to a dead system, and the system is dead. You have to understand what you're looking at. Why is it really? Do you think it's a coincidence? Let's really put this together, you and I, okay? Is it just a coincidence that right now we are in a full-blown liquidity crisis and we have a war? We have the Ukraine war. We have the Israel war, which is the United States war, obviously. Obviously, look, you get all this. I know I'm preaching to the choir for most of you that have been with me for any length of time. But there's no coincidence here. I don't believe in these things. We have a full-blown liquidity crisis. The debt market was melting down. Do you realize what was going on? Again, let's put that together. We have seen, you and I, another phenomenon, the most vicious bear market in debt and bond market in history. We've never seen anything like it. There's nothing been even close. Then all of a sudden, we get this war. Oh, yes, rates start coming down. The Federal Reserve's pausing. They're pausing now because they're so desperate to fight inflation. They've always been desperate to fight inflation. You know that they have because they're telling you. What a lie. That gives me the biggest headache in the world, people. The lie that has been done. The repeated lies that have been sold and fist-fed straight in the gabagool, shoulder deep, to the world, to the people. Oh, yes, the Fed, they're fighting inflation. No, they're not in any kind of a fight against inflation. They want to continue to inflate, henceforth, why war and more war. Again, where does the cash come from? The central banks. Duh. Yeah, exactly, but we're on the same page. Anyway, they have effectively destroyed the consumer. Central banks, the enemy of enemies. I've been saying public enemy number one. It goes beyond that. These institutions collectively are a curse on the world. How do I put that another way? Those of you that follow my blog all the time, I don't know another. And people are told, look over here. Look at the distraction. Look at the Trumps. Look at these imbeciles over here. Look at the Bidens. Look at the this. Look at the that. Da, da, da. They have dumbed down the public to a massive degree. Oh, they tell you where to look, and most people just focus on it while they carry on whatever they want to do in the background. Sound familiar to you? It should, because it's the same story that we have seen forever. It's not going to stop. Now, with regard to this airstrike, this is the second airstrike now. It was self-defense. Actually, they're saying that apparently Syria shot down one of our drones. How do we even know that even happened? Probably didn't happen. But, that's just what they're telling us here. And, of course, it must be true because, do you believe that the Defense Secretary Lloyd... Hey, Lloyd, you wouldn't lie to us now, would you? Lloyd? I don't think so, Lloyd. Lloyd? No, Lloyd. Yeah, we know where you stand on this here. The whole military-industrial complex, vomitous thing that it is, and all that is concerned with is destroying lives around the world. And the more that this goes on, the higher U.S. GDP is going to go as we funnel cash around the world. And you tell me, all of you tell me why is it that we're holding hard assets, commodities? I don't care what they do to it now. You know what's going on. I outlined this for you before it happened. I said the Fed, if they were successful, and they certainly are, by buying more debt, by selling dollars and buying foreign currencies, it was going to create a risk-on environment, pushing cash into the stock market. It's got to come from somewhere. So right now it's coming out of commodities. I told you this before it happened last Sunday, before we saw the smackdown in crude, before we saw what happened to gold. It's just... cash moves through the markets in predictable patterns, and we know what they want to do. So how can we be beaten? This is an opportunity, people. How do I say this again? A lot of people writing to me, oh, Greg, I hate seeing gold getting smacked down. I hate seeing silver getting smacked down. I hate seeing commodities, crude oil getting smacked. Why? Love it. Because this gives you and I opportunities here to gain more exposure to massively undervalued assets as the risk-on game continues. And it's not going to last. Sure, central banks are going to continue to pump the system, pump the economy, which is dead anyway. Ain't going to matter how much they pump into it. It's the market. It's the illusion of the market, which must be kept real. You all know that. The power of the market is astonishing. It really is. But anyway, that's again, I'm preaching to the choir. So this morning, stock futures are slightly positive. Trading doesn't start for about an hour and about 12 minutes from the time I'm doing this lovely video blog. We'll see where that goes. I wouldn't be surprised to see the S&P 500 put on a gain again. Although, let me say this too. We, again, think about it, have come off the best week and a half this entire year. Should the market give some back? Yes, but the market is never due for anything. I hate when people say that. Oh, but the market's due for this, and the market's due for that. The market is due for nothing, especially in this environment where it's completely fake. You think this is real, any of it? How can it be real? Again, if you have a situation where the Fed in this case is artificially suppressing rates since the last meltdown, if the debt market price action is not real and everything derives value from what's happening over there in the debt market, how could a single asset have a real price discovery mechanism? Does someone around here want to tell me about that? No, I think you would all agree. This is fakery. It is just unbelievable. But remember, look over there. Don't look over here. Worry about the comments that Haley makes about her shoes, but don't worry about the airstrikes. No, don't worry about that. Make it up. You can't do it. No one can possibly do it. Cryptocurrency is getting a bit higher this morning. Bitcoin around 37,000, just below. Gold and silver under a little pressure this morning. You got crude oil getting bid slightly higher here. It's, I guess, after the airstrike. It's not going to. Do you think this is the last? How many of you, with the show of hands, because I can see you. Put your clothes on. Those of you who are watching me naked. I don't know why you do that, but okay. Yeah, I can see you. How many of you believe that's the last U.S. airstrike that we're going to see over there in the Middle East? How about not a single one of you believe that? There's going to be many more airstrikes over there. Do you really? And that's another thing. So let's see. We know, and this is common knowledge, the U.S. is flying drones over Gaza. What are they doing? They're doing it for fun. So the the desk pilots can get their rocks off? No, obviously we're firing weapons there, but you're not supposed to know that either. No. You see, it's because we're just squeaky clean here in the United States, and they're the best. You know what I mean? You know how it works, right? Anyway, people, look, it's all part of the same hypocrisy. You all know that. No one knows it better than you do. Anyway, so let's keep our eye on a couple of things. The MMRI is now below 300. That means we are no longer in an extreme risk situation. Imagine my shock how that happened. It's not over. I've been telling you that for the longest time. They're going to try to push risk lower. More airstrikes would push risk lower. More death would push risk in the market lower. So you could expect more airstrikes and more death. That's what they're going to do. So understanding that, you know how cash moves through the markets, because I tell you a million times. You know how it's going to work, and you know what you should do about it. Again, this is opportunity, people. It's always opportunity for us. Okay? When I sit here and blab and blab and blab, it's not just because I like to do it, although it is kind of fun. It's because I want us all in the right spots. And I feel that we have each other's backs always. And I feel that because of that, we have enormous power. What do they fear? What do those that seek to control us fear more than anything else? Like-minded people getting together. They don't want us together. They want us separated by any means that they possibly can throw at us. If they have to convince you that these group of people are bad because of this reason and these people are even worse because of that reason, that's what they will do. They want us separated. If we come together, we become a major threat. And they will use propaganda. They will use whatever they have in their arsenal of nonsense to convince us that we must hate each other. You understand? Of course. It's always the same story since time immemorial. It will never stop. So break out of it. Understand that you're being propagandized. Understand that you're being lied to. Understand that they're putting you in a spot exactly where they want you to be. They place a trap door under you, and most people, many people will willingly fall right through it because they think that's the way they should be thinking. And nothing could possibly be further from the truth. All right? Anyway, with that said, people, I covered a lot here with you. If you got something out of this video, please comment. Let me know about it. Please give this video a thumbs up. Let's get it out there, okay? And that's the number one way to do it. Give the video a thumbs up. It gets the video shown. And I'm counting on you. Share this stuff. Let people hear it. And I think I know we're making a difference in the world. If you and I, can make a positive difference in the world, well, then we're doing the right thing, at least in my view, and I hope you would agree with me. I will see all of you later, 4:05 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for the live stream. Please come one, come all. Let's get together on that. I love the live stream. I love interacting with all of you, and I will see you then, all right? I'm out of here.